Now, Derek Ryan is kicking off his biggest tour to date and starting tomorrow night at the Glór Theatre in Ennis. And delighted to say that Derek Ryan is on the line. Derek, a very good morning to you.
Good morning. How are things?
Good. Yeah. How are things with you? Only a couple of days into the new year and you're setting out on the road.
Yeah, I suppose, look, we had a busy run up to around the Christmas there. December is always busy. And normally we would kind of take a few weeks off in January, but no, we're going straight into it. And we've had rehearsals and all, and we're looking forward to a brand new show and a brand new tour. So, tomorrow night is the first night of it in the Glór Theatre in the Ennis, which is always a fantastic venue for us, so we're looking forward to it.
And just on that, Derek, you're kind of not taking a longer break. What was the thinking behind that? Is it just kind of like there was good momentum coming off the dates towards the end of last year? Keep that going, or? Yeah,
it's just, I suppose, we're just going straight into the concerts, really. We kind of do, I suppose, in the Irish country scene, there's a few different shows. We do dances, we do festivals and what have you, but no, we're just going straight out to it. The concerts have been really good to me over the last few years. And they're absolutely flying. So, we're looking forward to getting on the road now and getting going again.
Well, your concerts are known for, they're high energy, strong audience connection, and I'm sure the interaction, that's important for you on stage. But did you have enough of an L break over the Christmas to build up the high energy levels again, Derek?
No, we did. Yeah, no, we had a bit of time. I always think it's important. It's a good balance to have. I think I've been on the road now about 15 years with my band, and I think it's I've learned over the years to have it can't be all work. So no, it's been as I said, it was a busy enough run over the Christmas, all right, but we put a brand new show together, and there's lots of my original songs in there. There's a show band medley, there's a Willie Nelson tribute, but generally it's, as you say, it's high energy, lots of originals, as I say, and we like to think it's a good night out, for everybody, even if you're not, I suppose, out and out a country fan, that you come along and you'll have a great night's entertainment. Hopefully that's what we aim for anyway.
Yeah, and I guess when you're doing a new tour, you kind of think of how you tweak it or put a new sheen on it. So when you're putting together a set list, particularly for this 2026 tour, is it trying to strike the right balance between the fan favourites, brand new material, your own material, maybe well-known covers and so on, and how difficult is it to always strike that balance?
It's not actually that. I suppose, again, it's about balance, really, and taking the audience on a bit of a journey, and as I say, we've been doing it for quite a while now, I suppose, so you kind of know what works and what doesn't work, and you put it all together. And then again, you've released new material over the course of the year as well, which naturally kind of fits into the new set as well, So all in all, yeah, as I say, it's a brand new show and lots of different things going on, and to get my head around it now for tomorrow night.
Yeah, I suppose when you're not that long off the road, I would imagine there's not really a big intense level of rehearsals needed. Is it just a one or two get together with the band just to freshen up, tweak a few bits?
Yeah, just to, I suppose, put together all the new medleys. I like to kind of freshen things up, as I say, and we've a tribute to one of my favourite songwriters of all time, Willie Nelson, which is great fun to perform. And then the show bands as well. Something I've never done is a tribute to the show bands era. So that's just something new as well. And that takes time to put all these little things together, and I suppose make a show out of it. You can put. You can sit down and put 30 songs together, but that doesn't make it a show, so you kind of have to put it all together and even choreograph it a little bit and all that. So it takes a bit of time. We started back in, we had a few weeks off the start of December, the end of November, start of December, and that's when we did most of our rehearsals, so we're all set.
And I mean, obviously, you play the hits, and there's always going to be a demand for the fan favourites. When you're about to debut a new song or songs, do you still have a certain level of nerves or kind of are unsure, Derek? I don't know how this will go across. Or at this stage, you're pretty confident your fans are going to enjoy whatever you play.
You're always looking at the audience to see the response, and you might tweak a few things along the way. But I wouldn't say nerves. It's more, I suppose, just getting it right with lyrics, I suppose, is probably one thing. Keep singing, as to say, but no, I wouldn't say nerves. I think we rehearse enough, and we do enough preparation, and we just go out and do it, at this stage. But there's always a little bit of nerves at the start of a show, and you kind of use that, I suppose, and turn it into positive energy and go out and let it rip, as I say,
Yeah, and of course, you won't be there alone. Aside from your band, you'll have support. Effie Neal and Kathy Durkin going to be joining you tomorrow night as well. What can people heading along expect from them?
Well, Effie is, I suppose she's making a big name for herself in the Irish country music scene. One of the biggest females, to come out in the last few years, and we actually duetted there during the year with a song "Batten Down the Hatches," an original of mine, which was a real firm favourite on the dance floor, and I'm sure it'll be a firm favourite tomorrow night as well. We'll be performing it tomorrow night on the show, and she's flying, absolutely flying. So, Kathy Durkin's a legend. She's been around a lot longer than me, and she's been gigging, and she's just absolute superstar. So it's great to have her on the show as well. It's just jam packed, and we take a little break then, and I come back out then, and myself and the lads go straight through, for the show. So yeah, it's a big night of Irish country music.
Well, I don't know if you're the kind of person who reflects on your career or at any stage takes stock of where you've been and where you're currently at, Derek. But when you think about the long journey you've made from starting out with D-side and very much pop music and moving into country, which maybe that's where your heart truly was, but maybe could have been potentially risky given people knew you from D-side, to the point now where you're a big name and you've even set up your own label, Ryan Records. If you do take stock, do you take a huge amount of satisfaction out of making that what could have been at the time a very bold move and seeing it having worked out extremely well?
Look, I kind of came full circle really, because I did start out in Irish country on a smaller level. Myself and my brother Adrian were a social dance band called the Ryan Brothers, very original. But we played in a lot of venues when we were in our teenage years. So I suppose I grew up listening to all the greats like Big Tom and John Hogan and Mick Flavin and all these boys. So I think it was a natural kind of a thing to try it after the D-side thing. And of course, when all the boy band finished, it was devastating, and it was really, really tough to get back, and give it a second go. But I was very lucky with a song called God's Plan, which was my debut single, and that kind of got me going. And I knew then that I'd work night and day to make a go of the second chance that I got in the music business. But looking back, I'm very proud of, as I say, it was when the boy band didn't work out and we ended up getting dropped. It was devastating, and I honestly thought maybe I wouldn't do anything in music again, But after a while, you kind of, it's my love, it's my passion, and especially songwriting, and these things kind of, I suppose, find their own way in the end,
And I mentioned, you have your own label now, and does that bring a huge level of, I guess, security, in an era, Derek, where we hear about artists struggling? Record labels aren't the behemoths they once were. Streaming makes it more difficult to sell records. It's really about gigging and selling merch and so on. That you've very much got a thriving cottage industry there in terms of your career.
Yeah, well, I suppose, look, I'm an independent artist. I do work with Sharp Music in Dungannon for a lot of distribution and what have you. But, at the end of the day, I make the decisions about what songs I release. All my music decisions really. So that, after I suppose years of being signed to majors like Warner and Universal, that was kind of something that was very important to me, that nobody was telling me from above, because I suppose when it comes down to it, nobody knows what's going to work really, and people in positions of power and record companies pretend they know, but you just have to follow your gut really. And I suppose I've been gigging since I was 12 now, and I've been in the music business since then, really 30 years. So I suppose I trust myself and I trust my judgment. You don't always get it right, of course, and especially even with original songs, but when you do, it's absolute magic. And having the record company as well allows me to, it's just, I suppose it'll be something to pursue more so in the future. When I calm down on the road, I enjoy now even writing with different acts and developing different acts. And I'm very proud of, I wrote the song The Way I Am with the Tumbling Paddies. I wrote it with Garrett Maguire, the lead singer there, and so that's played a big part in their success as well, and things like that. And wrote Philomena Begley's My Life, My Music, My Memories as well, and working with different acts. And it takes me away from the stage thing a little bit, and just I got a great buzz out of that as well,
Yeah, and even the two examples you gave there, Derek, of writing with the Tumbling Paddies or Philomena Begley, different generations of artists and some people might have the perception of Irish country music as appealing to the older generation, which clearly is incorrect because, your music, for example, resonates across the generations. Why do you think Irish country music continues to connect so strongly with people and of all ages?
Yeah, I think, as you say, like we concerts especially, there could be 4 generations of families quite often at our concerts, definitely 3 anyway. And it's just, I suppose, look, I think it's in us, it just flows in us, really, I often, had this conversation with even friends of mine that say, I don't like Irish country music. And the minute a song comes on, an Irish country song comes on in the pub or we're out drinking, they're tapping their foot and they're dancing. And I think it just, as I say, it just flows through us. And as well as that, it's a lot of Irish country songs. They're Irish country is such a broad genre anyway. It's not, American country has its sounds. Whereas Irish country has a little bit of trad, a bit of folk, a bit of bluegrass, a bit of showband, a bit of there's so much things going on in that genre we call Irish country. And of course, dancing is so popular as well in Ireland, jiving and what have you. So I think it's just that general appeal. It's generally non-offensive. If I ever have kids, I'd rather listen to Irish country than some of the rap music or whatever's going on. So I think it just flows along, and it's as I say, it's just, I think it's just built in us.
I'm just thinking of you there, Derek, talking to your friends and them telling you that they don't like Irish country music. You wouldn't want to be too sensitive, would you? I mean, look who they're talking to.
Oh, I tell you, when you're in the music business, sensitivity has to go out the window, I think.
It really does. But look, it's all brickbats just bouncing off you because the career is continuing to go from strength to strength. I've no doubt you're going to get a great reception at Glór in Ennis tomorrow evening yourself with Aoife and Kathy as well. Derek, thanks for having a chat with us, and hope the show and the tour go well, and look forward to speaking to you again. Thanks for joining us on Morning Focus.
Very much. Just to let you know, there's just a few tickets left for tomorrow night as well. So they're at the box office, and we'd love to see everybody there. So thanks very much for having me. Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. Derek Ryan there, and here he is with banner great Sharon Shannon. Hold on to your hat.
Hold on to your hat. You're the apple of my eye. To you I bared my soul. to your hat.
That's Derek Ryan with the help of Sharon Shannon there, and you can check him out at Glór tomorrow in Ennis.